Good morning, dear friends, dear students. Myself Gajan Davande going to take the lecture on fourth video lecture of the 9th class number system as we know. So today we are going to solve the exercise number 1.4 of NCERT. So now we will first of all we will solve few examples so that you can understand. But before that I will rewrite some identities so that you can recall that. That is under root AB is equal to under root A multiplied by under root B. We can write like this. Under root A upon B can be written as under root A upon under root B. Under root A plus B under root B into under root A minus under root B is equal to A minus B. Under root A plus under root B under root C plus under root D, which is equal to under root AC plus under root AD plus under root BC plus under root BD. Now, nth root of A is equal to B, means we can write B is equal to, A is equal to B raised to the power n, where A is also greater than 0, B is also greater than 0. So these are the few identities. Even one more identity, that is under root A plus under root B whole square is equal to A plus 2 root AB plus B. Similarly, under root A minus under root B. So we are having all these identities. By using these identities we will solve some examples. So examples are written on the board. So we will start one by one, and the exam problems are very simple. It is not difficult. Difficulty level will slightly increase later on, but in the beginning there are very simple examples. That is 5 plus under root 7 into 2 plus under root 3. So this is our problem. It is 5 multiplied by 2 plus under root 3 multiplied by plus under root 7 into 2 plus under root 3. We can use the identity also. Very simply, if we are using the mathematical rules, we can find out the answer. So this is 10 plus 5 root 3. 5 is multiplied in the bracket. Here again 2 into under root 7 plus under root 7 into under root 3. So this is equal to 10 plus 5 root 3 plus 2 root 7 plus 7 3s. We are using the identity, first identity, that is 7 into 3. So 7 3s are 21. So this is our answer. Clear? So very simple application of the identities, and the rules of mathematics are same. It is not different. Now next identity we will use 5 under root 5 into 5 minus under root 5. Now here A plus B into A minus B is equal to, as we know, A square minus B square. So using this identity, we will get answer, that is 5 square minus under root 5 whole square. So 5 square is 25 minus under root 5 square is 5. So this is equal to 20. This is the answer. Clear? So now the third one. I am sure that you are aware with the identities now, because there is a gap of 2 days. Again, now third one, under root 3 plus under root 7 whole square. Under root 3 plus under root 7 whole square. Here which identity will be used? That is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. This is the identity, and this is the very common and very useful identity. So under root 3 plus under root 7 whole square means under root 3 whole square plus 2 times under root 3 into under root 7 plus under root 7 whole square. What is the value of under root 3 whole square? Is equal to 3, and under root 7 whole square is equal to 7. You must remember this concept. So is equal to 3 plus 2 root 3 and root 7. So 7 3s are 21 plus 7. So this is equal to 7 plus 3 is 10 plus 2 root 21. So if you like, you can write 2 is common. So 5 plus under root 21. So this is the answer. Clear? Now the next one, fourth one. Fourth one, these are the examples. I have not started the exercise. Example, under root 11, and it is a very simple exercise. Under root 7, under root 11 minus plus under root 7. So a minus b into a plus b. So again, so using the identity, this is under root 11 whole square minus under root 7 whole square. Under root 11 whole square is equal to 11, under root 7 whole square is equal to 7. So 11 minus 7 is equal to 4. So this is the answer. Okay. So next example we will take, we will find out how to rationalize the number. Means any denominator can be rationalized. So the procedure is very simple and you will automatically understand while solving the problem. So very first one, that is 1 upon under root 2, rationalization the denominator. So I am taking first one, that is 1 upon under root 2. Under root 2 is irrational number. Clear? Under root 2 is irrational number, but we have to rationalize this, means we have to bring under root 2 in the form of rational number. Okay. So how this can be rational? So if you multiply under root 2 by under root 2, you will get 2. So 2 is a rational number. Clear? So it means we have to multiply it by under root 2. So we can multiply the denominator and we can multiply the numerator by under root 2. So So now 1 upon under root 2 is rationalized, 1 upon under root 2 upon 2. Now here, if suppose someone asks you, mark, this is irrational number, yes it is irrational number, you know, means it is a real number, it is a real number, means this is also having its unique position on the number line. If say I used to say that mark the 1 upon under root 2 on the number line. So it is quite difficult because 1 upon under root 2 you have to solve. You will substitute the value of 1 upon under root 2, so 1.4141412412 or something. It will not be repetitive, but it will be non-repetitive and non-terminating. So you cannot divide 1 by under root 2. So we can mark under root 2 upon 2, that is after rationalization, under root 2 upon 2. So you know how to mark under root 2? Very good. You know it. Mark 1 centimeter, draw perpendicular 1 centimeter. So this is under root 2, and the half of the under root 2 means center point of this. This will be the, say, under root 2. This is under root 2, and the half of the distance of under root 2 will be your under root 2 upon 2, or we can say 1 upon root 2, means this can be marked after rationalization. Means this value is equal to under root 2 upon 2, means half of the under root 2. So this value can be marked on the number line now after rationalization. Means you can understand the utility of the rationalization, why we are rationalizing. It is not just to do some exercise or to keep you busy, but it is having some meaning, so that you can mark 1 upon under root 2, which is irrational number, on the number line. Clear? This concept is clear. So now to rationalize the number, what we are doing, we can multiply and divide by the root of value. Clear? Now next, something different, that is 2 plus root 3, 1 upon 2 plus root 3. We have to rationalize this number. Means we can rationalize this number by multiplying and multiplying the numerator and denominator by 2 minus root 3. Keep in mind, here 2 plus root 3, so we will multiply it 2 minus root 3. Why? You can understand while I will solve this problem, you can very easily understand why I have taken the opposite sign. If here 2 minus root 3, then you have to keep here 2, you have to multiply it by 2 plus root 3. Clear? So this is equal to, now as I have written above, that is 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 minus root 3 upon 2 minus root 3. So I will enclose the term into the brackets so that there should not be any confusion while writing. So is equal to 2 minus root 3, I will write as it is, 1 multiplied by this value. Now this is identity is there. Which one? A plus root b into a minus root b, or you can say a plus b into a minus b. So that is a square minus b square. Very good. So this is a square minus b square, means 2 square minus under root 3 whole square. So this is equal to 2 minus root 3 upon 2 to the 4 minus under root 3 square is 3. This is equal to 3. So that is 2 minus under root 3 upon 1. So this is written in the form of rationalized. So now in the simplified way we can write 2 minus root 3. So now this denominator is being rationalized that is 2 minus root 3. Now you can mark 2 on the number line minus under root 3. Under root 3 also you can mark, है ना? So after getting the value of under root 3, you can subtract it from the value 2 on the number line. So you will get the point on the number line. Clear? So now this rational number, irrational number can be marked on the number line after rationalization. Otherwise this directly you cannot mark. Clear? So what is the procedure? That is, if here 2 plus root 3, we have taken multiply and divided by 2 minus root 3, so that we can use the identity a plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So this term will become rational number. So this will become rational number. So the denominator is rationalized. Okay. Now the third term, third example, and that is also the same and which is similar one. It is slightly time consuming, but it's very interesting. So through net you will get so many problems. They may be lengthy, but the procedure is same. You have to be concentrated on the plus minus sign while multiplying into the brackets. Here in your NCERT books, the very simple examples are given, but the conceptually all the concepts are being taken in your book. So 5 upon under root 3 minus under root 5. Clear? What is the first step? We have to rationalize the denominator. So the very first step is, here is under root 3 minus under root 5. So we will multiply and divide it by under root 3 plus under root 5. Very good. So under root 3 whole square minus under root 5 whole square. So this is equal to 5 into 3 plus root 5 upon under root 3, sorry. So this is under root 3 is equal to 3 minus under root 5 whole square is equal to 5. So this is equal to minus 2. 5 into under root 3 plus under root 5 upon minus of 2. So we can write minus 5 upon 2 into root 3 plus root 5. That is minus 5 root 3 upon 2 minus 5 into 5 root 3 upon root 5 upon 2. So this is the rationalization of denominator. Clear? So now all the examples are being covered. Now we will start the exercise. One more example is there. 1 upon 2 plus root 3. Okay, it is okay. 7, 1 upon 7, 3 plus root 2. Okay. This example also we will consider. To rationalize the number 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2, the procedure is same. What is the first step? We have to multiply the numerator and denominator by 7 minus 3 root 2. See here is the sign is plus, so I am taking minus, so that if you multiply both this term, this will satisfy the identity, that is a square minus b square. A plus b into a minus b is equal to a square minus b square. So multiplying numerator and denominator by 7 minus 3 root 2. So this is equal to 1 upon 7 plus 3 root 2 into 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 7 minus 3 root 2. So this is the bracket here. So this is equal to 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 7 square minus 3 root 2 whole square. This is important. You have to be very concentrated at this point. The mistakes will be, possibility of mistakes will be there. So 3 root 2 upon 7 is 49. Okay. Now here square of 3 and square of under root 2. So square of 3 is 9 and square of 2 is under root 2 is 2. So this is 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 49 minus 18. 9 to the 18. So this is 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 9 minus 8 is 1. This is 31. So rationalize this. 7 minus 3 root 2 upon 31 is the answer, and this term is rationalized. Clear? So now all the examples before this exercise are completed. Now we will start with the exercise. Very first one, exercise 1.5. Exercise 1.5. Very first question is classify whether the number is rational or irrational. 7 minus under root 5. Whether it is rational or irrational. This number is rational, this number is irrational. So rational plus or rational minus is minus, irrational will be irrational number. So this is irrational. The number you will get will be irrational number. Second one, 3 plus under root 3 minus under root 23 minus under. So this is 3 plus under root 23 minus under root 23. So this is the first one. Now this is the second one. So if you solve it, that is 2 plus 23 minus under root 23. So this will be cancelled, is equal to 3. So this is a rational number. Second one is a rational number. So now 2 under root 7 upon 7 under root 7. 2 under root 7 upon 7 under root 7. So that is 2 under root 7 is cancelled. So this is 2 upon 7 and 1 upon 7, 2 upon 7. You know this. This is repetitive and non-terminating. So it means this is a rational number. This is also a rational number. This is repetitive. If it is non-repetitive and non-terminating, then it will be irrational. Otherwise, it is a rational number. Because now you can say also directly that is in the form of P by Q, and where Q is not equal to 0. So that's why this is rational number. Next one is 1 upon under root 2. So 1 upon under root 2. Under root 2 is irrational number, clear? And so 1 upon under root 2 will be irrational number, means 1 upon under root 2 is irrational number. Next one, that is 2 pi. And we know that pi is irrational number. You have to remember that this pi is irrational number. Sometimes we are using the value 22 upon 7, but this is not the exact value. This is rough value for the calculation, but this is not a rational number. So that's why don't be confused. Pi is irrational number. This is non-recurring and non-terminating. Clear? After decimal, it is non-recurring and non-terminating. So pi. So irrational number is multiplied by rational number will be irrational number. So this is irrational number. Okay. So this is the first question, and so you have to read very carefully which one is irrational and rational. Now simplify each of the following. That is first one, 3 plus root 3 into 2 plus root 3 plus root 3 and 2 plus root 2. 3 plus root 3 and 2 multiplied by 2 plus root 2. You have to simplify, means which identity you have to use, that is under root a or a plus b into c plus d. So 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 2 plus root 3 multiplied by 2 plus root 2. So that is 3 to the 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3. 3 is multiplied by 2. So it is the rule that we have to write down first one the 2 and then the root value will be later. So plus root 3 into root 2. Simplifying this also. So this is 6 plus 3 root 2 plus 2 root 3 plus under root 6. Now this is the answer. Clear? So now next one, that is 3 plus root 3 into 3 minus root 3. 3 plus root 3 into 3 minus root 3 into 3 minus root 3. So identity is a plus under root b into a minus under root b is equal to a square minus b. So that is equal to 3 square minus under root 3 whole square. So this is equal to 3 3s are 9 and under root 3 square is equal to 3. So 9 minus 3 is 6. So this is the answer of the second part of the second question. Third, under root 5 plus under root 2 whole square. Under root 5 plus under root 2 whole square. Which identity we will use? Under root a plus under root b whole square is equal to under a plus 2 root ab plus b. Or we can say which identity, that is a plus b whole square is equal to a square plus 2ab plus b square. And under root a square is equal to a and under root b square is equal to b. That's why here a and b. You should not be confused that a square is where. So there is a square, but the root square of the root is equal to number itself. That's why. So by practicing you will get this. So under root 5 plus under root 2 whole square is equal to under root 5 whole square plus 2 times under root 5 into under root 2. It is not decimal, this is into, or if you like you can write like this cross. So that you should not get confused, under root 2 plus under root 2 whole square. So this is equal to 5 plus 2 root 10 plus 2. 5 plus 2 is 7 plus 2 root 10. So this is the answer. The next question is under root 5 minus under root 2, under root 5 plus under root 2. Under root 5 minus under root 2, under root 5 plus under root 2. So again a plus b to a minus b, that is a square minus b square, or if you want to write down in under roots, that is under root a plus under root b into under root a minus under root b is equal to under root a square minus under root b whole square. So this is a minus b. So under root 5 minus under root 2 into under root 5 plus under root 2. Next step will be under root 5 whole square minus under root 2 whole square. So this is equal to 5 minus 2. So this is equal to 3 is the answer. So the chapter is not very typical, but few problems, if you will solve the number of problems from getting it from the net, you will get so many different problems also. So this is the conceptual only. NCERT is containing the problems of all types which are associated with the concept. Clear? But for exercise you have to solve the different books. Now here, okay, question number 3, recall pi is defined as the ratio of circumference of a circle to its diameter, that is pi is equal to c by t. This seems to contradict the fact that pi is irrational. So now will you resolve this contradiction? Okay, we can resolve it. So this question we will solve later on, but the next one, fourth, represent under root, because I want to tell you the story of pi so that you can understand how the pi, the value of the pi is what you can say discovered, and from there you can understand how this becomes the ratio and then it will become the irrational values. So now we will take the fourth one, represent under root 9.3 on the number line. Again, how we can represent 9.3 on the number line, under root 9.3. So again, what you have to do, you have to draw a line, mark 0 because the value is positive. So this will be on the right side. So this is, I will write only plus sign so that you can understand positive value. So this is 9.3. So 9.3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay. So I will write here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and so on up to infinity. Now 9.3, first of all mark the point 9.3, somewhere this is 9.5, this is 9.3. Clear? This distance is 9.3. What is the next step? Add 1 centimeter more. So this is 9.3 plus 1. So this is 10.3. This is 1 centimeter. So the distance is from here, this is 10.3. Okay, so then bisect the value. I am writing this is O, then I will write this is A, then I will write this is B. Bisect OB, that is 10.3, OB. So you will get somewhere here. And how to bisect this value? Get more than using the compass, stretch it half, more than half, mark the arc on both the sides and then cut it. So join it, so you will get center. Clear? Like this you will get the center. So by using the center and draw a semicircle. Draw a semicircle. Now what is the next step? At 9.3, this is the point OA. A is the point, this one. Draw a line perpendicular, and the method of drawing the perpendicular is very well known to you. So you can draw the perpendicular. So this perpendicular distance, it is D, is equal to under root 9.3. Clear? So taking the compass and measuring this distance, make the arc here, so you will get this value somewhere after 3. So this is equal to under root 9.3. This is the method you can draw by using saying this 0, or you can draw it on a different number line. Say this is 0, using this value, mark the arc, this is under root 9.3. Clear? So this is the way you can draw any value, positive integer, under root of any positive integer, that is 9.3, 9.3, 10.3, 11.3, 11, 12, anything you can draw. The procedure is same. So the next step is question number 5, rationalize the denominator, and that is also very simple. I will do it very quickly so that you can have an idea, but you have to write in a very clear manner in the examination as written in the book. Here on the board, I am not writing everything on the board, but the way of writing in the examination is very different. You have to practice for that. We have to rationalize the denominator, that is 1 upon under root 7. What is the step? Yes, very good. That is, you have to multiply and divide it by under root 7. So 1 upon under root 7 multiplied by under root 7 and divided by under root 7. So this is equal to under root 7 upon 7. Clear? Under root 7 upon 7, because under root square of the under root 7 is 7. So now you can mark this value on the number line. I am just giving a very quick with a 7, okay, under root 7. So you have to draw the under root 7. What we will do? 0. Then we will mark 7 plus 1. So this is 8. Center will be 4. This is 7. This is 8. So this is 4. We will draw the semicircle. Clear? Then we will draw the perpendicular. So this value is under root 7. Okay. So you can mark here under root 7 by measuring this distance and making the arc of same distance. So you will get this value is under root 7. But what we need to mark this value, here it is not necessary to mark. I am just giving you the utilization of the rationalization of the denominator. So then you can mark the irrational number on the number line. So the 7th part, so you can divide 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. So this is equal to sorry, This is equal to under root 7 upon 7. That is the 7th part of the under root 7. So this is also you can mark. Clear? Okay. So the next problem is 1 upon under root 7 minus under root 6. 1 upon under root 7 minus under root 6 minus under root 6. So to rationalize this number, what we have to do? We have to multiply numerator and denominator by under root 7 plus under root 6, so that this term can be rationalized by using the identity clear. So now under root 7 plus under root 6 upon under root 7 minus under root 6 into under root 7 plus under root 6. So this is equal to under root 7 plus under root 6 upon under root 7 square minus under root 6 square. So this is equal to under root 7 plus under root 6 upon 7 minus 6. So this is equal to under root 7 minus under root 6 upon 1. So now this is the answer. We got the, we did rationalize the problem given, that is 1 upon under root 7 minus under root 6. Okay, so the next one is 1 upon under root 5 plus under root 2. Oh, very good. So it is also very simple, under root 5 plus under root 2. The same identity will be utilized. So what we will do, we will multiply minus under root 2 upon under root 5 whole square minus under root 2 whole square. So this is equal to 5 minus under root 5 minus under root 2 upon 5 minus 2. So this is equal to under root 5 minus under root 2 upon 3. So now this is rationalized. You can also write this term in like this, under root 5, sorry, this is under root 5. So under root 5 upon 3 minus under root 2 upon 3. You can write also like this. Clear? This 3 is the LCM, that's why you can separate it also like this. So this is rationalized. The last one, that is 1 upon under root 7 minus 2. Okay, under root a plus b into under root a minus b. So this is equal to under root a whole square minus b square is equal to a minus b square. This is the identity we will use. So 1 upon under root 7 minus 2 multiplied by under root 7 plus 2 upon under root 7 plus 2. So this is under root 7 plus 2 upon under root 7 whole square minus 2 square. So this is under root 7 plus 2 upon 7 minus 4. So this is equal to under root 7 plus 2 upon 3. So this can be written also like this, under root 7 upon 3 plus under root 2 upon 3. Clear? So now this is also rationalized. So exercise number 1.5 is completed. Now the next topic and the last one of this chapter, number system, we will start, but the exercise will be solved in the next video lecture, that is law of exponents for real number. Law of exponents for real number. So we remember, and we can have so many problems and we understand it also by you can say this method by practicing in the earlier classes, that is 17 raised to the power 5 into 17 raised to the power 3. So we are automatically understand that 17 raised to the power, this will be 8. Or I am taking a very simple example, that is 2 to the power 2 into say 2 to the power 3. So this will be equal to 2 raised to the power 5. What is the meaning of 2 to the power 2? Means 2 is multiplied 2 times. If 2 to the power 3, what is the meaning of this? 2 into 2 into 2. 2 is multiplied 3 times. What is the meaning of 2 to the power 6? Means 2 is multiplied by 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. If 2 raised to the power n or any number raised to the power n, means it is a into a into a into a up to n times. Clear? So a raised to the power a means this. So here 2 raised to the power 2 means it is 2 into 2. 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2. So 2 raised to the power 2 into 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. So this is 2 and this is 3. So we can write this complete one 2 raised to the power 5. That means 2 raised to the power 2 into 2 raised to the power 3 is equal to 2 raised to the power 5. So you can vary automatically, or you can say by just visualizing or by logically you can understand that the powers of the base are added. If the base is same or base is common, means if suppose here this is 17 raised to the power 2 and 17 raised to the power 8. So if you multiply this means 17 raised to the power 10. This is called base and this is called power. This is called base. So if the base is common, then multiplication of the two exponents, the powers are added. So if you want to write down in form of identity, that means a raised to the power n into a raised to the power m. So this will be equal to a raised to the power m plus n. For example, 3 raised to the power 5 multiplied by 3 raised to the power 7. So this is equal to 3 raised to the power 5 plus 7. So this is equal to 3 raised to the power 12. Clear? Base is common, the powers are added. So this is the very first identity. Now the second one, second one. A raised to the power m n raised to the power m. Clear? So I am writing the identity, then I will explain it. So this is equal to a raised to the power n into m. Okay? So now here 2 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 2, or say 4. Clear? So by using the identity, this will be equal to 2 raised to the power 12. So now just by example, to understand, that is 2 multiplied by 2 raised to the multiplied by 2 raised to the power 4. 2 raised to the power 3 means 2 into 2 into 2, 3 times. Now 4. So 2 raised to the power 4 into 2 raised to the power 4 into 2 raised to the power 4. Clear? Now again using the identity, what will be the value? 2 raised to the power 4 plus 4 plus 4. So this is equal to 2 raised to the power 12. So now the concept is clear now, I think. Okay? So 2 raised to the power 3 raised to the power 4. So this will be multiplication of the powers. A raised to the power n raised to the power m is equal to a raised to the power n into m. Okay. The third one, that is the base is again common. These are all the example where identities where the base is common, that is a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n. To understand this first one, that is a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power n, there is no problem. But if 1 upon a raised to the power n, so this will be equal to a raised to the power minus n. Clear? A raised to the power minus n. And how this is minus n? This we will find it out. So first of all, this identity will be a raised to the power m into a raised to the power minus n. Clear? We can write this one like this, a raised to the power m into a raised to the power minus n. So a raised to the power m plus minus n, because the base is common, so the powers are added. So m plus, this is minus n. So this is a raised to the power m minus n. So this is the thing, a raised to. This is just the explanation, you should not get confused. This is the explanation how we are getting a raised to the power m minus n. So this is equal to, we can say that a raised to the power m divided by a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n, or a raised to the power p upon a raised to the power q. So this is a raised to the power p minus q. Clear? For example, again, this is 3 raised to the power 5 upon 3 raised to the power 2. So this is 3 raised to the power 5 minus 2. So this is equal to 3 raised to the power 3. Clear? So this is the third identity when the base is common. Now next one, when the base is not common, that is the first example, it is taken a raised to the power m into b raised to the power m is equal to a into b raised to the power m. Now here the power is common, base is not common. For example, 5 raised to the power 2 into 7 raised to the power 2. Power is common, base is not common. So this is 5 into 7 raised to the power 2 means 35 raised to the power 2. Clear? This is 35 raised to the power 2. So a raised to the power m, b raised to the power m is equal to a into b raised to the power m.
Clear? And this is the example, just to you can understand then how the numerical values can be calculated. Next is, here are some examples are taken, but I would like to give you some more. That is a raised to the power m into b raised to the power n. So this is equal to the same value. There will not be any change in that. That is b raised to the power n. Nothing will be changed. You have to do this separately, this one, and you have to solve separately this one, and then you have to multiply. There will not be any sort of mixing. Clear? Here the power is common, and the third case, that is a raised to the power m into a raised to the power m. So that is a raised to the power m plus n. Here base is common, the powers are different. So a 1 upon a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power minus n. 1 upon a is equal to a raised to the power minus 1. If the power is not written, that is if it is written only 5, it means this is equal to 5 raised to the power 1. Clear? Because this is not written, when the power is 1, it is simply written 5, so it means 5 raised to the power 1. If the value is written 1, it means this is a raised to the power 0. The power is 0, it means the value is 1. Clear? Even you can write down a is equal to 5 raised to the power 0, 10 raised to the power 0, 35 raised to the power 0. So all the values are 1. Power of any positive integer, any integer is equal to, if a power is 0 of any integer, then the value is equal to 1. Clear? If suppose it is written like this, one upon a raised to the power n. So this is equal to a raised to the power minus n. If it is written 1 upon a raised to the power minus m, so this will be equal to a raised to the power m. So this will become opposite, positive. Clear? A raised to the power m, because this will be 1 upon a raised to the power m. So this will go up. Okay. So now the basic laws of exponents for real number is completed here. So few examples we can solve so that you can understand. 10 to the power 17 to the power 2 into 17 to the power minus 5. So this is equal to, by using the identity a raised to the power n into a raised to the power m is equal to a raised to the power m plus n. So using this identity, that is 17 raised to the power 2 plus minus 5. So this is equal to 17 to the power minus 3. Sorry. So this can be written 1 upon 17 to the power 3. So this is the answer in cubes, 1 upon 17 to the power 3. So now the next problem is 5 to the power 2 raised to the power minus 7 raised to the power minus 7. So 5 to the power 2 raised to the power minus 7 is equal to 5. Again here we will use the identity a raised to the power n raised to the power m. So this is equal to a raised to the power m into n. So here 5 raised to the power 2 into minus 7. So this is equal to 5 raised to the power minus 14. So this is equal to 1 upon 5 raised to the power 14. So this is the answer. Next is 23 raised to the power minus 10. 23 raised to the power minus 10 upon 23 raised to the power 7. Whether it is written correct, I will check. I have to check. that is 23 raised to the power minus 10 upon 23 raised to the power 7. Very nice question. So now a raised to the power m upon a raised to the power n is equal to a raised to the power m minus n. This identity will be utilized. So this is equal to 23 raised to the power minus 10 minus 7. So this is equal to 23 raised to the power minus 17. So this is equal to 1 upon 23 raised to the power 17. Now I think all the things are based on the basic mathematical concepts, that is plus minus 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 and all this, addition of minus minus terms, addition of plus minus terms and all this. So the basic concepts I now think is clear to you. So this is 23 raised to the power 17. The next problem, that is also very simple problem. 7 raised to the power minus 3 and 9 raised to the power minus 3. 7 raised to the power minus 3 into 9 raised to the power minus 3. So again a raised to the power m into b raised a raised to the power b raised to the power m. So that is equal to a into b raised to the power m. So 7 raised to the power minus 3 into 9 raised to the power minus 3. So this is equal to 7 into 9 whole raised to the power minus 3. So 7 9s are 63 raised to the power minus 3. So this is equal to 1 upon 63 cube. Okay, 1 upon 63 cube. Suppose we want to do the following computation, that is 2 raised to the power, so they are written in the form of ratios now. 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 and 2 raised to the power 1 by 3. 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 into 2 raised to the power 1 by 3. This is in the form of ratios. Okay. So this is in the form of ratios. Again the term is same, a raised to the power m into a raised to the power n will be equal to a raised to the power m plus n. So 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 into 2 raised to the power 1 by 3. So this can be written 2 raised to the power 2 by 3 plus 1 by 3. So this is equal to 2 raised to the power 3 is LCM, that is 2 plus 1. So this is 2 raised to the power 3 upon 3, 3 cancel, which is equal to 1. So that is equal to 2 raised to the power 1, means 2 is the answer. So that is the simplest way, there is nothing is new in that. Okay, and other things we have already discussed. Okay, okay. Now 1 upon 3 raised to the power 5 raised to whole raised to the power 4. 1 upon 3 raised to the power 5 whole raised to the power 1 upon 3 raised to the power 5 or something else. 1 upon 3 raised to the 3 raised to the power 1 upon 5. 3 raised to the power 1 upon 5. So 3 raised to the power 1 upon 5. So 3 raised to the power 5 upon 4 using the identity. So this is equal to 3 raised to the power 5 upon 4. In the next lecture we will solve the problems. Okay.